Renovating an old house can be a rewarding experience. It offers the opportunity to bring new life to a space with historical significance, and it is gratifying to restore an old house's unique craftsmanship from the Victorian era. Renovating an old house can also have a financial incentive over building a new house. Once the house has been restored, it will hold enormous sweat equity to reappraise and refinance. Then there is the location. A renovated old house in a great location can be desirable in the market for rent or resale. However, the charm and character of an aged property often come with unique challenges. Here are our top 5 challenges of renovating an old house. Number 1. The foundation. The exterior foundation of an old house is vital to its structural integrity. Foundation repairs can be very costly. Many old houses have limestone and mortar foundations. Settling, shifting, and mortar breakdown could lead to issues like uneven floors, doors that won't close properly, cracked plaster walls, and potential collapse. If your limestone and mortar foundation have visible cracks and crumbling, it can be repaired through tuckpointing. Tuckpointing is a method of mortar joint repair and masonry work. The process involves removing the old, damaged mortar to a certain depth. After that, mortar is filled into the joint. Type N is a cement mortar used for most limestone foundation repairs. This technique improves the masonry's structural integrity and water resistance and enhances its aesthetic appearance. Old house foundations have solid wood beams and posts for the interior load-bearing support. These beams and posts can last over a century unless they start to rot and decay. Wood can rot if it is subject to moisture in damp, wet basements. Load-bearing beams, posts, and footings can be reinforced or replaced, but the cost can be significant. Number 2. Lathe and plaster walls and ceilings. Builders used lathe and plaster to finish walls and ceilings from the 1700s until the mid-20th century, when the method was replaced by drywall. Lathe and plaster provide better thermal and sound properties than modern drywall. However, they are prone to problems like cracking, bulging, or detachment from the lathe. Repairing these walls requires a craftsman's touch to preserve their unique texture and finish, which is time-consuming, messy, and expensive. Preserving lathe and plaster walls while upgrading the house's electrical wiring and plumbing can be challenging. Many homeowners may remove lathe and plaster walls to install the electrical and plumbing systems. The process typically involves cracking the plaster with a hammer and then prying off the plaster layers with a wrecking bar to remove the plaster. Once the plaster is removed, the lathe strips are pried from the wall studs. After removing the lathe, hundreds of nails are expected to be removed from the wall studs. Number 3. Plumbing. Older homes typically have outdated plumbing systems that are prone to leaks or even hazardous. Materials like cast iron or galvanized steel are common in old houses. Pipes made of this material can degrade over time and compromise the plumbing's structural integrity. Corrosion from the cast iron pipes can contaminate the water supply. Also, sewer lines from the stack to the street should be inspected for pipe breaks, tree roots, and other obstructions. When renovating an old house, upgrading the plumbing system is essential. If you plan to remove the lathe and plaster walls and ceilings, then also plan on replacing pipes, fixtures, and perhaps the entire plumbing stack. Number 4. Knob and tube electrical wiring. Electrical systems in old houses often need to be updated. Usually the electrical system of an old house needs more capacity. An upgraded electrical system will accommodate energy-hungry appliances and technology devices. We added a new circuit breaker box and wiring to meet code. It also allowed us to run large circuits to the dryer, stove, and ductless mini-split HVAC system. Upgrading the electrical system to meet modern standards is crucial to prevent fire risks. Knob and tube wiring was commonly used in homes from the late 1800s until the 1940s. This electrical wiring practice involves cloth-wrapped copper wires that pass through the wood structure of a building within protective porcelain tubes. Porcelain knob insulators support these porcelain tubes. There are significant drawbacks to this type of wiring. Knob and tube wiring lack a ground wire, which is a crucial safety feature in modern electrical systems. A ground wire reduces the risk of fire and electrical shock. Over time, The cloth wrapping around the knob and tube wiring can deteriorate, which is also a fire and electrical shock hazard. This outdated wiring practice may not meet the increased electrical demands of modern appliances, which poses a risk of overloading. Another drawback is that electrical codes do not allow certain types of insulation to be used with knob and tube wiring. Placing insulation around the outdated wiring could cause overheating and create a fire hazard. Our old house had knob and tube wiring. Before replacing the outdated wiring, we had limited home insurance options at a premium cost. Once we upgraded the electrical wiring to modern code, we saved money with a more affordable home insurance policy. Number 5. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning or HVAC. Older houses usually need more ductwork for modern HVAC systems. There can be significant challenges installing efficient heating and cooling solutions without compromising the architectural integrity of the older house. When we renovated our old house, we installed a mini-split HVAC system. A mini-split is a heating and cooling system that doesn't require ductwork. They're a suitable option for spaces where ductwork is absent. It comprises of an outdoor compressor unit and one or more indoor air handling units connected via small conduit. Mini-split systems can be used for single-zone or multi-zone arrangements, providing individual temperature control for each room. Renovating an old house is an endeavor filled with challenges. In an old house renovation, the foundation, lathe and plaster walls, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC can present significant challenges. However, overcoming these challenges can be incredibly rewarding, resulting in a home that beautifully merges historical charm with modern functionality and safety.